and so on. That constitutes genetic diversity. Then we have species diversity, like you see in the community, the different kinds of species which exist. Then we have ecosystem diversity. We have seen in the previous cartoon where the grasslands, tropical rainforests, and deserts and mangroves. So these are constitutes ecosystem diversity. In a broader perspective, let me be very frank. The landscape diversity and the cultural diversity is also part of biodiversity. They are not separate. So don't think it's only the different level of biological organization. Even the landscape diversity and the cultural diversity is also part of biodiversity in a very broader sense. Okay, but it depends on which level of biodiversity you are working with. Okay, so you will be referring only those. So what are the benefits of these biodiversity and ecosystems? Again, so you know many things, but let's conclude once again. Okay, what are the different benefits? See, there are many direct benefits which we get from these biodiversity, like food, medicines, many industrial products, okay, energy, okay, and these are the direct benefits. Okay, and these benefits are known as ecosystem goods. Okay, now look at some of these benefits. Food. Okay, see, if you look at the food, see more than 220,000 plants are known to have edible. So people are using, different cultures are using, okay, one or other kind of plants, and these plants are being pollinated by one or other insect or bird. Can you imagine? So these birds and the insects, they're doing a wonderful job for us. And if you look at the benefit which we get, see these bees and insects, they're pollinating these plants. Okay, when they pollinate, they bring the, the pollination. Okay, so they bring the pollen grains and take it to the female flower, and where the fertilization occurs, and then the seed forms. And most of the time, seed is an economic product. Okay, so that means pollination is essential for economic product to have the seed or fruit. Okay, and these insects are doing such a good service to us. And economists, they have estimated the value of such kind of benefits worth of, you say, 150 to 100 billion US dollar. Okay, you can imagine. And then we have pharmaceuticals. There are many medicinal plants. I heard in the morning that you had a presentation that some of these plants are very useful for medicines and so on. Now look at this. If I say medicinal plants, so am I asking you to go back to 16th century that you start using herbal medicines? No, I'm not. Let me be very frank. I'm not saying this. But understand, even the modern system of medicine, the allopathic system of medicines, more than 70% of the medicines, new medicines, modern medicines, their prototype, the chemical of their prototype is derived from nature. The information came from nature. Okay? And what chemists have done, we have synthesized, we have modified the chemical structure for stability so that they can be stored in the chemist shop, or they can be easily transported, or their efficacy can be improved. So that's how we have modified it. But the information came from nature. So you can understand, so the modern system of medicines have evolved only from information from nature and these medicinal plants. Okay? So look at the energy. The 40% of the energy demands of the developing countries is still through this biodiversity. Look at the example of industrial product. See, there are many industrial products like wax, rubber, and so on. You know it. But I'll give you just one example. Natural dyes, natural colors. The colors are very important. Okay? We use in textile, we use in food industry, we use in pharmaceuticals, because we have different kind of colors for our capsules and so on. Okay? We are still using it, but most of these chemicals, they are synthetic. They are not natural. Okay? And globally there is a concern, at least we must reduce the use of these synthetic colors in food. Okay? So that because these synthetic chemicals are carcinogenic, cancer causing, and they create other health problems as well. So globally there was a big call from the European countries that anybody from any country can apply for a project, so that you provide the natural colors. Okay, so that we can start using in the food industries, and it should be banned. In most of the countries, US and European countries, it's banned in the food industries, let me tell you. But still we are using it, and color is very, very important, let me tell you in our life. I'll give you just one example. We eat jalebi. Okay? And jalebi is yellow in color. And if I provide you a jalebi which is white in color, but it's more tasteful, 10 times more tasteful than yellow jalebi. Okay? Now, will you try it? Okay? If you are not aware of the taste. So, because we are attracted to color first, then the taste. So So that means color is important. If somebody asks you to try blue color ice cream or black color ice cream, so what I am saying is color has an important role in our life. So we need to identify some of these natural colors from these plants and microbes which are prevalent in our country. Let us say you can identify, and you can work at the global level, and these products will be in the market. If you have knowledge of yellow color, okay, which is natural and water soluble, you can be billionaire today. Okay, let me tell you. Yellow color, water soluble. You can, and you need to explore your biodiversity. Let me tell you, India is rich that way. We can really contribute big way globally. Okay, I'm just giving you some example. Now look at this example. There are many examples, but I'm sharing just one of the example. During question session, you can ask me anything, whatever you feel. Look at this. See, I'll tell you this story if you are not aware of. See, some of the scientists, there is a climbing tribe in this southern region. Okay, so some of the scientists, they were traveling and climbing mountains. Okay, and they were doing some survey, biodiversity survey like you. And some of the porters, okay, they were carrying their load. Okay, and they were also climbing. They were helping the scientists. And the scientists were tired in between. They were sitting, drinking water, eating something, and porters, they were not eating anything. And they were carrying their own weight, they were carrying their weight, and they were climbing very happily and without any fatigue. Okay? The scientists saw that they in between, when they walk, they just pluck some leaves and chew it. And then they ask, see, what are you doing? Okay, we are so tired. Okay? And you have been climbing mountains, carrying so much load, and even today, you are not tired. Say, even in the evening, what is this amazing magic? Can you share with us? Then they told, see, we eat this leaf in between, and we don't feel hungry. We don't feel much thirsty. Okay? The scientists were curious, and then they explored. And this is the plant, the Trichopas gelanicus, on the right hand side. They used to eat this leaf. So they took it to the laboratory, and then they identified the active principle, and they found this chemical is anti-fatigue. Okay? Now the product came to the market in the name of GUNI. Okay? And India has demonstrated globally. There is a community patent which was granted. Okay? So the patent which was granted for this, the benefit went to the Thani tribe as well. So that means there is an ethnic knowledge which we have. We have traditional societies which have been working in the past for so many years, so many centuries. They have knowledge. Today, we should not just adopt. We must work on their principle, the biochemistry and molecular biology, and the mechanism how they work. What are the chemicals which are present in there, so that globally they can be accepted. Because otherwise we cannot compete. Okay? You need to identify those mechanisms and those molecules which are responsible for that. And this is one example where from traditional society the product came into the market and everybody is getting benefit. The society and the scientists and so on. Now look at another example